If you've been praying for clarity, I want you to listen to this for a moment. I understand what it feels like to ask God for direction and still feel like you're trying to figure things out. But over time, I learned something important. Clarity doesn't always arrive all at once. Sometimes God reveals the next thing after we complete the first thing. So in this video, I want to share what helped me start recognizing direction when life felt uncertain. One thing I had to learn about life is that clarity doesn't always show up like a loud announcement. It doesn't always come with a clear sign or a perfect moment where everything suddenly makes sense. Most of the time, clarity grows quietly. It grows while you're trying, while you're learning, and while you're trusting that God is guiding you even when the path feels uncertain. And once I started understanding that, my perspective about direction completely changed. When we ask God for clarity, we often expect something very specific. We expect a clear answer, a clear path, a clear timeline. But what I eventually realized is that clarity often begins with responsibility. Responsibility for the choices we make, responsibility for the actions we take, and responsibility for trusting the process even when everything isn't obvious yet. Because sometimes the next step in your life is already in front of you, but you're waiting for complete certainty before moving forward. One lesson helped me understand this better. I stopped asking God to reveal the entire path, and instead I started asking for wisdom for the next step. That small change made a big difference, because when you focus on the next step instead of the entire journey, things become much clearer and easier. You're not trying to solve your whole future, you're just asking for guidance for today. And when you approach life that way, clarity starts to build naturally. So here are a few things that helped me start recognizing direction when I was searching for clarity. First, pay attention to peace. When something aligns with your purpose and values, there is often a quiet sense of peace that comes with it. Not perfection, not certainty, but peace. Second, pay attention to progress. Sometimes direction reveals itself through movement. When you start taking action, you begin learning things that you couldn't see before. You meet people you wouldn't have met. You discover opportunities you couldn't have predicted. Progress often reveals the path. And third, pay attention to growth. Some experiences stretch you. They challenge you. They develop your patience, your discipline, and your perspective. And many times those experiences are preparing you for something larger. We have heard that faith without works is dead. But what is it that actually dies? I believe you have to work at keeping your faith alive. Working at keeping your faith works towards what you are being faithful for. Keep your faith because God is faithful. Clarity isn't always immediate, but it comes visible when faith, patience, and action work together. So if you're in a season where you're searching for direction, trust that the next step will become clear. And when it does, take it.